Hey everybody, Brett here. I'm going to do a tarot reading today for the sign of Gemini. This is going to be for the month of November. We are now in Scorpio season. We had the new moon in Scorpio yesterday, which was also a solar eclipse, a partial solar eclipse. Normally new moons are going to be times to make your wishes, right? However, with the solar eclipse, it adds some extra energy there. So we're going to be looking for things that we can change about ourselves, things that we can release so we can let new energy in. So I think that's really important to think about right now. All right, let's get going. I'm going to do a little pyramid here, a 4-tier pyramid. We're going to see how you're starting out the month and where you're going. We'll clarify with some cards to get some more in-depth understanding of what's going on. And then I'll pick a final animal spirit card just to see if there's any advice from spirit or from the universe concerning what you need to know. What do you need to be aware of? What energy do you need to have to get this month, to have this be a successful month? And I think that's really important, Gemini. All right, Gemini, you beautiful air sign. What's going on for you for the month of, the month of November? I did shuffle these a little bit. Okay, we have some cards coming out. I have the Judgment right here. What else do we have? I need 3 more cards for Gemini. 3 more cards for Gemini. There we go. 3 more cards. So we have Judgment. We have Temperance. We have the Magician. And we have the Sun. Wow, Gemini. So you're going into this month with a lot of exciting, fun energy here because these are all major arcanas. Judgment, Temperance, Magician, the Sun. A lot of really, really big energy here for you to work with. Now, the Judgment card is about, it's about being your best self. Like, look at this. This woman, she's staring up into the sky and she's releasing her essence into the world, right? Not fear-based essence, but your true essence, right? And that's a really nice thing. Because next to that, you have the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is kind of, I like to think of it as the barrier, like this is number 14, right? The next card is 15, which is the Devil card. And you're not ready until you've truly found the temperance in your life, the way to balance a duality in yourself, a way to see yourself, right? So you can, this woman really sees herself here. This guy here, he's almost there. He's trying to really bad, right? Because the next card is the Devil. And in order to confront your devil or your internal negative associations that you have with things, right? Internal associations, external associations. In order to battle that, you must find temperance first. You must find a way to see all the negativity. Because sometimes like we carry it all around in our heads, right? It comes out of our mouths in terms of complaining or judgments that we have towards people. And I think it's really important to see that and to acknowledge that. And that takes a lot of self-reflection. The next card that you have here is the Magician. This is card number 1. This is a card of manifesting. It's the card, it's very, the card that kind of goes with this is the High Priestess. So if the High Priestess is kind of like your unconscious, right? The Magician is your conscious. Things that you're fully aware of, you are manifesting things in a conscious way. And I definitely see that way because the next card is the Sun. And the Sun is clarity. Right? It's being able to see yourself clearly, being able to see where you're going clearly, enjoying life, living in the moment. These are all this energy here is really, really nice way to start the month. Now let's keep building up this pyramid here. I'm going to shuffle a little bit more. Right? I'm trying to get better shuffling on camera. It's a little bit different than when you're shuffling just by yourself. I'm trying to just be in the moment. You have to be in the moment here. That's the only way I can really read the cards. If I'm in a fear-based mode, or if I'm not really connected with myself, it's really hard to read cards. You can't tell the story almost. So it's really important to me before I even start turning on the camera, right? I need to make sure that I'm in my centered spot. And that's really important for everybody. All right, what do we have in the next row? I need 3 cards. All right. So above Judgment and Temperance, you have the 7 of Wands. Above Temperance and the Magician, you have the Moon, another major. 5 out of the 6 cards are majors. And now you have the 6 of Wands. Wow. I'm going to keep building here. I want to keep building up this pyramid. So we have 3 cards, and then the next row, I'm going to have 2 cards. The Empress now, and the Knight of Wands. All right, the Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy. It's definitely, I get a lot of, it's a card of like carrying something that inspires you through, right? Being able to see where you're going. There is a lot of energy with this card. Like unlike the Knight of Pentacles, for instance, which is more slow moving, the Knight of Fire, the Knight of Wands is moving quick. Kind of like the Knight of Swords. Not maybe as fast as the Knight of Swords, because the swords represent communication. This definitely represents something internal that you're trying to express externally. And you have it next to the Empress here, which if you're trying to express something, an inspiration that's inside that you're trying to make a reality, like put it out into the external world, right? You need to really nurture that idea. And that's what the Empress represents. It's about nurturing something that's really passionate. Like I'm feeling my belly right now because I'm feeling like, you know, this woman is pregnant on the card, and this can represent pregnancy, but really what I think it represents is, in this case, is grow. You have this inspiration, you have this idea, and you're really nurturing it. You're really trying to see how to best make it work in reality, right? Because sometimes things in your head, like an idea that you have that you want to make reality, it makes sense in your head, but then when you start talking about it and putting it out into the world, it's like, oh, this isn't quite what I expected. So I think you really need to like take some time here, because what I'm seeing below this is, right below this you have the Moon card, and this is kind of like the card of illusion. It's the card of your dreams, and I think there could be there's definitely some energy here of needing to pay attention to your unconscious thoughts. I think that you're going to be successful here, because there's a lot of really big cards of success. Like you do need to like really think about, and it's almost like this, you know, when like you're meditating, if you guys meditate, you know, when you're able to get to that really calm place where you can hear your thoughts come in without judgment, right? And I think what this Moon card is trying to tell you is you need to, Gemini, submerge yourself in your imagination, use your authentic voice, right? To really think about whatever this idea is, because you've definitely manifested it. It's very clear. You think it's going to make you happy, right? I mean, there's all these very, very positive cards. Next to the Moon, you have the 7 of Wands and the 6 of Wands, right? So first you have the 7. And so the 7 is, and I should say, these are sandwiched between the Moon. So the 7 is all about protecting what you've worked for. Almost like not telling people, because I was talking to you about like you're nurturing this idea, right? And it's definitely, there's this energy of, like this woman has this bubble surrounding her, and it's like she has these wands coming out her, right? And so these wands represents other people's opinions, and she's not letting them affect her. You know, she's expecting a victory out of whatever this idea is. She does need to go inside, and I'm saying she, use he, she, they, whatever you want to use, right? These cards are genderless. but you're definitely protecting something, an idea, something that inspires you. You know, when you're afraid to talk about something because you don't have it, you're just like, I really want to protect this idea. Like as soon as I say it out loud, people are going to judge it and it's going to affect my opinion of it, you know? So that's really interesting. I think I want to see what's at the top of the pyramid here, and I'm going to move these over so that I can, I have a little too many things on my table. So what do we have at the top of the pyramid here? So a card just wanted to come flying out. It was the Three of Wands, another Wands card. I wasn't quite feeling that card. It doesn't surprise me that another Wands wants to come out. We'll see what comes out after I shuffle here. I will find and this happens a lot. I'll pick up the cards, the card will fall out, and I'll be like, oh, and I'll make a mental note of it, and then I will really shuffle, like 5 or 6 times, right? And then all of a sudden that card, I flip it over, the card that was originally meant for me to see. And so it's like, all right, we got it, bubbies, we got it. Oh, and so another card came out. Okay, this is the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is really nice energy. It's about being connected to your younger self, and it's about growth. It's about your growth and your emotions, because these are Cups cards. And I'm really getting I was saying you're trying to protect something and protect an idea. And I really think the reason you're protecting it is because it's something that you've been thinking of for a long time. I'm getting that it's something that you've been incubating for quite a while. It may not be since you were a kid, but it's an idea that's been around. I just keep getting it's been around for a while. It's all right. Good for you. I mean, this is I'm feeling a little frustrated, and which is interesting. I try to, the whole thing with tarot, right? And when you're reading cards, as a reader, I really need to pay attention to the emotions that come up for me as I'm flipping the cards over and as I'm telling the stories that come up for me, because these emotions can reflect the emotions that you're having, that you're having right now as you're watching, right? So I just have to say whatever comes to my mind. And so it may connect with you and it may not. And I apologize if it's confusing to you. Sometimes it's confusing to me too. I've been doing this for 3.5 years, and tarot still confuses me sometimes. But usually the confusion is because I don't understand something. And as soon as I understand it and the ignorance is replaced by knowledge, then it's good. So constantly learning here, folks. So I'm going to build a smaller pyramid here. I have the Gilded Tarot that I'm going to clarify. This was the Light Seers Tarot with this first triangle down here. I'm going to get 3 cards, 2 cards, 1 card. 3 cards on the bottom. Let's get 3 cards for the bottom row here to connect the bottom row to the second to bottom row. All right, 3 cards. 3 cards. Okay, so between Judgment, Temperance, and the Moon, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is about very clear communication. This is air of air. This is air of air. So this is Aquarius's card. And Aquarius is about your intellect. It's about clearly communicating. And I think that, I was saying earlier, you do want to communicate your ideas to others, but you want to make sure you do it in a very clear and concise way. You don't want there to be any confusion, because if you put out something that's confusion or or confused, that you're confused about, or if an idea is kind of half-baked, it won't be received the way that you want it to be received. People will ask a lot of questions that aren't necessarily going to help. So you need to be clear before you put this out into the world. All right, what's next to the King of Swords that kind of connects the Temperance, the Magician, and the Seven of Wands? Sorry guys, cards are flying. The Five of Wands wanted to come out. We'll see what comes out though. I want to shuffle one more time. Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties shuffling right now. All right, here we go. One more shuffle, and then we'll do this. All right, let's get. I do need 2 more cards for this bottom row, so let's just get these 2 bottom cards. All right, these 2 want to come out. So we have the World, and we have the Eight of Wands. Another Wands card, right? So you're looking. You really feel like this idea that you have. You really want to move faster. That this is a card of speed, a card of movement, right? It's this card represents Mercury, which is freaking flies around the sun. It's the planet that has the shortest orbit. Is that how I say it? So it represents in tarot a lot of fast movement, and I think that's what you want. And you feel, I should say, that this idea, this thing that it's inspiring you, is going to be big. You feel like this is going to be really big, and it's going to give you a sense of completion, and it's going to allow you to move on to the next phase in your life. At least that's what you feel. And I am all about learning and moving on to the next phase of our lives. I think it's so important to know when the time is right. That can be hard, knowing when the time is right to put this idea out. So let's see what's above. We have the Moon, we have the Empress, we have the Seven of Wands. That's kind of in this quadrant up here. And I really want to see what's going on here with this idea that you're incubating, that you really want clear communication. I think that you're trying to find that way to clearly communicate. Let's see what advice we have. So the Fool, yeah, you need to take a risk. The Fool is about taking a risk. It's card 0 in the major arcana. The Fool can go anywhere in the major. It passes through all of the cards in the major, right? And so it is about starting your journey, Gemini. You have to start it. And I don't know if this could be a relationship. It could be an idea. It could be anything that really lights you up, right? That really makes you happy. So let's see what's next to the Fool here that kind of connects the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Six of Wands. So I had 2 cards that wanted to come flying out. I have the Devil, which is Capricorn's card, and then the Eight of Wands. So yeah, you're thinking negatively about this. And you're like when you're really trying to put a lot of effort into something that you're very passionate about, but you're thinking negatively about it all the time. Like it's really hard. So I think you're trying to put in a lot of effort here, but you're coming up against some roadblocks for sure. There's a lot of roadblocks here. So what's at the top of the Six of Cups, the Empress, and the Knight of Wands? Let's just get this final card here. All right. Let's do another clean shuffle here. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. All right, Gemini, what's at the... I had 2 cards that wanted to come out here. So the Ten of Wands and the Emperor. So you have both the Emperor and the Empress. So you need to use your masculine and feminine parts, which is a duality within yourself, right? You can't just use one or the other. You have to use both moving forward. And I think doing that, it's going to allow you to drop this burden. And I think this burden is that devil energy, right? It's this, because this is touching this devil energy. This is letting go of all these negative thoughts, right? And embracing kind of this. Emperor is like about being very clear-headed, about knowing where you're going, not questioning where you're going. This is Aries card, so it's very strong. I think that you do need to be strong here. Like to battle this energy here, you need to be very, very strong. You can't just do it willy-nilly. So this is very, very nice reading. I don't consider this, I never consider readings to be negative. Although there is some like things that you're working on, we are all working on things, right? We are all working on negative energy that we carry with us. Only people that are pure are like Buddhas, and there's not very many of those people. So, if any at all. So, oh boy, I just wanted to pick one more card here because And it's the Knight of Wands, yeah. So I do feel like you're really wanting to move ahead with this. And so the Knight of Wands is just, it's just like, you've got to just, I didn't get the Hermit here, which is nice. I just think you need to blend those two parts of yourself, blend many different parts of yourself. It's not just going to be the masculine and feminine. It could be light and dark. It could be, like your shadow and your light, All right. So Gemini, like, you've got some work to do, but it sounds like the important thing is you have the inspiration. That is clear. The inspiration is there. It's just about finding a way to execute on that. So what's the animal energy that we have here for Gemini for the month of November? What's going on with Gemini? All right, the otter. So the otter is I'm getting playfulness. I'm getting family. I'm getting stability. Otters are really fun to be around. They're fun personalities. Like, you see how he's like kind of surrounded by darkness and the unknown, but he doesn't really care because he's very content. He's very content. He knows that there's going to be things he has to face in his life, but he's not letting that bother him. He looks very happy, right? In the face of adversity. And I think that, yes, like something that's going to make you more happy in life is not spending so much time thinking about the negative. That's the devil energy here is the strongest and most challenging actually energy here on the table. So really be careful of that and just make sure that you are protecting this idea and finding a way to work through the negativity so that you can birth this and you can make it a reality, because it's going to make you very, very happy when you do that. All right, Gemini, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this reading for the month of November. I will see you next time.